What's up everybody, my name is Ron Empire, and today we're going to look at the Darfall combat features and mechanics. Thank you Paradox Arc for sponsoring this video, and Square Knight, the developers, for working with me in creating this guide. Darfall is a survival city builder with real-time strategy combat elements. This video will cover the combat aspects of the survival map missions. Here are the topics we're going to touch on. Basics of combat, meet your warriors, enemies and environments, nighttime invasions, daily assaults and raids, and last, winning conditions. Let's start with the basics. At the beginning of every game, you will have your main hero. This character unit can be selected and used for exploration and combat to attack enemies it encounters. Your hero has various skills and traits that can be used in combat, which I will cover in my next Hero's Guide. Surviving and winning in Darfall will require an army. As mentioned in the base building guide, you will need to have a barracks to recruit warriors. At the top of the screen is your army size. The first number is how many warriors you have. The second number is how many warriors you're able to recruit. The third number is actually the max cap limit. Each barracks increases your army size of 5 and allows you to train warriors independently of each other. Think of the barracks as a housing for your warriors. If you need more warriors, simply build more barracks. For example, if you have 2 barracks, your army size limit is raised to 10, and you'll be able to train 2 warriors at the same time. It's important to note that training warriors does not take away any workers. The barracks will give you access to training all the units, provided that you have the required resources or items. These resources or items can be obtained from crafting in the production buildings or found from loot drops. All units require mana orbs and food, plus some other resources or items. The Spearman is one of the first early units you'll be able to recruit right away, since it just requires wood as the additional resource. Clicking on the Spearman will bring up the info panel. Like the workers, each warrior requires food consumption daily. The chicken drumstick icon here shows how fed your warrior is. To maintain your army, you will need to make sure you have enough food to keep them fed, or they will starve and take health damage and eventually die. This section here shows their health and combat stats, such as their attack and attack speed. Special traits will appear here. If your unit has any combat buffs or debuffs, it will appear here. Each of your units can gain experience from combat and level up in ranks. You can check the progress of your experience here. There are a total of 3 ranks: Grunt, Experienced, and Elite. Units gain rank as they fight. Each damage they deal awards them experience. After getting enough experience, they will rank up. Experienced rank units will have a silver star, while elite rank units will have a gold star. To move your unit, you simply select them and right-click to where you want them to go. To attack with your unit, you simply click on the target with the right mouse click. Your units have 2 additional orders that you can give them. Located at the bottom of the screen next to the X button, you can order them to attack move, which tells your units to go to a specific location and they'll attack any enemies along the path. You can also set your unit to be in guard mode, telling them to guard a specific location. Guarding unit will return to their guard location after combat finishes. The X button disbands your selected unit, instantly killing them. This will refund half of the resources used to recruit them and their items. Let's take a look at the other warriors. From the barracks menu, the first 5 units are your first tier warriors. The last 5 units are the second tier warriors. For the tier 1 warriors, we have the Spearman, the Archer, the Slayer, the Cleric, and the Scout. For the tier 2 warriors, we have the Knight, the Gunman, the Paladin, the Mage, and the Horseman. Each of the first tier warriors after recruitment can be upgraded to the second tier class, provided that you have the resources or items. The unique feature of using this upgrade button allows you to keep their experience and ranks, which is amazing since you don't have to dismiss them and sit around waiting for the barracks to train a new rank 1 unit. Like most real-time strategy games, you can create control groups to manage your army. Simply click and drag your mouse to multi-select your warriors, and then hold the control key and press a number key. For example, this feature allows me to assign my melee warriors to a Control Group 1, and my range warriors to a Control Group 2. You can see at the bottom right corner here the control groups you've created. Hitting the 1 key allows me to quickly select all the melee units, and hitting the 2 key allows me to instantly select my range units. Darfall has a smart combat formation for move orders. When selecting all your units and ordering them to attack, the range units will stay behind melee fighters to ensure proper battle lines. Each of your units have various unique traits. The Archer, Gunman, Cleric, and Mage have range attacks with the attack range shown here. The Knight has a shield which allows them to deflect most projectiles. Units with armor greatly reduces physical damage. Units with magic resist greatly reduces magic damage. Units with armor penetration allows them to ignore the enemy armor and do full damage. Units with corruption resistance ignores taking damage from corruption zones. More on the corruption mechanics in the next segment. In Darfall, you will encounter many hostiles and dangers as you explore the map. All hostile units have a red glow around them when you hover your mouse over them. You can take a look at the minimap and see red dots when they are within visible range. The types of enemies you might come across are undeads, demons, orcs, monsters, animals, and critters. Certain structures, such as the spidery hatchery and the giant rat caves, can spawn new units if you attack them. One important environmental mechanic in Darfall is corruption. The undead structures and demonic portals can corrupt the land tiles around them, causing health loss to your warriors when they're standing on top of the corruption zone. When coming across an enemy structure, you will typically see a shield icon above it. This means it is guarded by the enemies nearby. I highly recommend taking out the guarding enemies before attacking the structure, as this will make it easier to remove. Once you remove the corrupting structure, the surrounding land will slowly return to normal. All enemies in Darfall will have a level number to indicate how strong they are. The higher the number, the harder they are to kill, as they will have much more health. Some enemies will have a star icon or a devil icon. The star icons are the elites, and the devil icons are the bosses. Be extra careful when you see these mobs, as they are much harder to take out since they have more health and attack damage. Enemies will typically return to their guarding spot if you run away from them. Sometimes it's just better to retreat and live to fight another day. What makes Darfall interesting is the night and day mechanics. Darfall actually makes use of this mechanic, requiring players to stay in the light and penalizing units standing in the dark. This makes the nighttime invasions more meaningful, forcing players to retreat back to the base to defend against the incoming attacks. At the top of the screen, there is a clock that shows the time of the day. During the darkness hours, various units will spawn at random locations on the map, rushing towards your base. Each passing night that you survive increases the intensity of the next night's invasion. Removing any one of the demonic gates does not affect these attacks. New units will stop spawning once daylight is reached, but any already spawned units will still attack you. Each survival mission will have a different number of night invasions that you must survive, indicated by the skulls at the top. The last night invasion is the final wave. The game will have a countdown timer warning that appears one day before the final attack. We'll talk more about the final wave and the winning conditions. In addition to the nighttime invasions, there are daily undead assaults from pylons that will spawn each day. Every day after the first day, one new pylon will appear on the map until a maximum of 3 pylons are spawned. You will get a notification telling you a pylon has been spotted and marked on your minimap. Alternatively, you could ignore them and try to build a strong wall defense against these assaults. This may keep your army from exploring the map if you're constantly defending your base. Another interesting mechanic is the orc raids. If you expand your core base too big, you might get some orcs knocking on your door. After a certain number of days, random orcs will spawn and start rushing towards your base. Removing orc camps do not prevent orc raids from occurring. There are 2 ways to win a survival map mission. From the survival world map, you will see every location has a certain number of nights survive requirements. When you pick one of the map, it will show you the win objective here, and the alternative win objective, which is destroy all portals. The most common way of winning is surviving the nightly waves and the final invasion. On the last night, indicated by the countdown timer warning, demonic creatures spawning from one of the demonic portals will join the nightly invasion and attack your base. There will be a number at the top showing you how many demons are left. Defeating all the invading demons will complete the map and win the game. The alternative way of winning is completing the main objective shown on the right side of the screen here. The main objective will show destroy all portals. Right below that, it will have a number indicating how many portals are on the map or remaining. These demonic portals are placed randomly around the map, and you will need to find them. If you manage to destroy all the demonic portals in the main objective, then you will automatically win, skipping the final invasion. This concludes the Darfall combat features and mechanics. I'm Ron Empire, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this video useful. And thank you again Paradox Arc for sponsoring this video, and Square Knight for this amazing game. If this video helps you in any way, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other Darfall guides.